FlossTube, I'm Nicole and this is DDs FlossTube Season 2, Number 3. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. This is a multi-craft channel and this video today is all about cross stitch because I'm a little bit addicted to it. So I like to share with you what I've been up to and everything that's sort of going on, what I've got coming up and all of that sort of stuff. So if you are new here, give us a thumbs up down below, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ring the little bell because that way it'll keep you all up to date with what's going on. I also have tutorials and reviews and all that sort of stuff. So anything crafty, I just sort of share along. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do enjoy seeing your names pop up in the comments saying hi and just letting me know that you're here and joining in the fun with me. I do appreciate your time every week. All right, so it's been 2 weeks since my last video. It ended up with laryngitis last week, and you probably can hear my voice is still a little bit croaky. So I've got plenty of liquids off to the side. I've also got my cup of coffee as well. So I have just been slowly getting back into working and getting everything done. I've been busy quilting. I've been busy making retreat bags and project bag kits. I've also been busy doing binding and all that sort of stuff as well. So as you can see, I am sitting down and it looks a little bit neater in the background now. So we've had a lot of changes happen here over the last couple of weeks, apart from me not having any voice, which was probably bliss for my family, not hearing me bark orders and say, come on, let's go, get ready for school and all the rest of it. I took some time off to repair. I've had my birthday, which was, I celebrated my 50th birthday last week on the 27th of August. So I spent the day stitching on, I took the day off and I spent the day stitching basically and watching True Blood because I never got to finish watching that on TV, so I spent some time doing that. And then the lovely Tia from Calm Creations came up for a visit and she helped me get some stuff done in the studio. I still have quite a bit to go yet, but I got rid of some furniture out of here, like desks and stuff like that. I got all of those boxes that were behind me, so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, head over to the last video and you'll see a big pile of boxes behind me. I got all that sorted out and you can see I've got all my craft books out and everything. But don't worry, I am going to do a walkthrough once it's completely finished. I still have the other end under the long arm machine to sort out and get drawers for that. And we're about to start again back down this end, but doing the second level of cupboards. So the overheads and splashbacks and all that sort of stuff. Still have some drilling to do for the cabinetry on top and all that sort of stuff, but that is what happened. So thank you so much for Tia coming up to give me a hand. I think she got sick of seeing the boxes behind me, so she came up and spent the weekend with me, which was absolutely lovely. So most of you are probably wondering what has been going on with the cross stitching and all that sort of stuff. I have managed to touch, I think it was 8 projects in the past fortnight. I've had my Friday night stitchy group where we've been meeting up on Zoom and getting some stitching in. We are now doing a new start every Friday, so that's something that we're looking forward to. So I had a new start as well. I've got some haul and I've got some FFOs to show you because they all came home. So I'm pretty happy about that. We have the winner of the giveaway as well. And we have another giveaway ready for September. And we've also got a sale that I'm going to talk about this week as well. So we've got a ton of stuff to get through. So I guess I should stop rambling on and get stuck right into it. So I'm going to start with the FFOs that came home again. So you might be wondering why I'm saying they come home again. Well, as some of you may know, I actually send I do all my cross stitch, and then when they're finished, I send them off to Tia from Calm Creations, who has a finishing service here in Australia, in Queensland. She accepts all from all states, so it's not just for Queenslanders, it's for Australia-wide. And I send a lot of my stuff off to her. I have done some finishing, so you can probably just see up in the corner there, the little spring one. I'm still trying to get really used to this camera and pointing. There's a little spring one just up there that I finished myself, but I have actually got less time than I did last year. So I have decided that, yes, I'm going to cross stitch, but I'm going to send all of my finishing off to Tia. There's a couple that I want to do myself, you know, just little ones and stuff like that if I've got time, but for the most part, most of my stuff heads off to Tia. So she brought all of them home. I sent these off a few months ago now, and I said, look, don't rush, just do them at your leisure, and all that sort of stuff. Use them for promotional things to advertise your business and all that. So since she was coming to visit, she thought she'd bring them home. So I'm just going to pick them up in no particular order. I do have one that is my absolute favorite, but they're in no particular order to her doing them. Some of you may have already seen these over on her channel, but I'm super excited and just want to share them with you. All right, the first one I'm going to show you, this is just a little cutie. It was a little ornament that I'd done out of the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, little beanie in pinks and whatnot, and I just sent that down to her. I said, just, you know, a little ornament. So she's made it into a pillow ornament, so that's the back. Okay, she's put some twine, which she twists her twine herself, a little ribbon on it to match it, and a little cord to hang, like, so I can hang it up, and she's just knotted those so you can see that nice and close. That beautiful work. I can't even see where she's, you know, like, you know what it's like, you sew something together and there's always that one spot that you're just not quite happy with, but I can, absolutely beautiful. Can't even see where the joins are in the edging and also the cording, and it's stuffed beautifully. It's not overstuffed. It's got nice corners. I just absolutely love it. So that will be going onto the Christmas tree, and I've got a few more of these little ones to stitch up out of that particular magazine, because what I want to do is make a set for each of the girls for when they leave home. The next one, and this one, I love this one. This is called Glad Tidings, and she's turned it into a little cushion for me. So it's got Glad Tidings down the bottom. I just love the fabric that she's chosen for this with the little stars on it. And on the back, it has, on the first day of Christmas, the music notes. So that is super cute. I absolutely love it. And again, this was just out of, I think it was the 2019 ornament, or maybe the 2015 just cross stitch ornament. If I remember, I'll put that information down below. I have to find the magazine to make sure, but I just love how it's turned out. That will go into my dough bowl that I have set up on the table. The next one that I stitched up was a little sampler. It's got a poinsettia on the front. I just had to think of the name of it, and I asked her to turn it into a little satchel bag, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little pillow inside that'll have the smells of Christmas, so like cinnamon and clove and all that sort of stuff that I associate with Christmas, and then I can just have that sitting in the dough bowl. But I didn't want it to be a sealed unit, because I wanted to be able to replenish the little bag that I'm going to put in there, because I'm just going to get one of the, you know, those little jewelry bags that you get, they're a little mesh. I'm going to put it all in that, and then that way I can just pop it in, and I didn't want to run the risk of anything coming through and staining the cross stitch, so that's why I asked her to make it into a little bag. It's got beads on the end and it's very cute. It's a good size one too, so I'll be able to stuff that really well. The next one was an Easter one that I'd done. This one is a Plum Street sampler. It was her free one on her free chart. I ended up putting 2020 and Easter blessings on it, and she's done that as a flat fold for me and popped a little button up there, and I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now I pretty much used my own colors for this. I just pulled out as close as to the colours that I could do on the chart, but I just pulled out whatever I wanted. And this one I done for little Em because she liked the bunnies and she picked it out for me. So she was pretty happy when she seen that come back too. And the next one that I have is, again, a Plum Street sampler one. Okay, and again, in a flat fold. This is Happy Haunting, a little Halloween one. And I just love the texture of this fabric. It's probably not showing up on camera, but it actually looks like a bit of a wood grain. So you can probably just see it there. And then it's got the moon and stars all over it. I just absolutely love everything about it. And it's a great finish. Like, the corners are perfect. It's not wobbly. Unlike ones that I've done that are just, Tia just does an amazing job. So much better than what I could ever do. So that's why they're all heading off to her. And I've put my initials on it as well and the year that I've done it. So there's that one. And lucky last is this gorgeous one. Now, this one was the first time that I'd ever used silks. I used Silks for You that came in the sassy pouch, and she's just done this on a block. So this is a piece of foam and it's got beads on the bottom so it stands up. Originally I was going to do this as a pillow, but I just said, you know, if you want to play around, she sent a finish like that, and if you want to play around with it, go for it, because I'm happy with anything that she does. So it was the first time I used Silks for You, so I really liked it. It was a variegated as well. Again, this was a Plum Street Samplers one, Lovely You, and just a free one on their website, and I just love the finish. So it's got it's folded here, and then it's got a ribbon around as well. We've got a little bit of what do you call them, pom-poms and a bow, and it's just got a little purple button on top. But I love the fabric. I love the fact that I can stand this up and it's not just going to be in a bowl. So I'm really happy. This one's my favorite, and it was Tia's favorite too, because I was starting to think that she didn't want to bring it home. All right, so they are all the finishes that I have. They will be getting displayed around the house. The Easter one will obviously get put away until Easter time. The Halloween one is going to be displayed sooner rather than later, because we're already in September, and the Christmas ones will be up as well. So I've got a few more that I have sent off to her. She is finishing off the Country Cottage Needleworks ones for me. She sent through some pictures last night. They're almost done, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so that is all the FFOs. I don't have any other finishes to show you, so I haven't finished any charts this week, so I didn't really get much stitching in the last week. As I said, we spent the weekend doing the studio, and we did get some stitching done on Sunday for our monthly Zoom meetup. So if that's something that you're interested in, meeting with like-minded people, and you don't have to just do cross stitch, we also have people in there doing embroidery. Some people asked about crochet. We had some people that have been knitting. You could do diamond painting, you can draw, you could do your journaling. Just come and sit and chat if you want, anything like that. So come over, join the DDs Facebook group, and you'll see we do it the last weekend of the month on the Sunday generally. So come over and join the group, and then you'll get all the details, and you can shoot me a DM over there, and then I can fill you in on how it all works. Had a great time. We had quite a few people turn up for the Stitchy meetup. There was a few people that had to log off a little bit earlier. We ended up staying on for most of the day. We were just having such a great time. There was a few of us that were still lingering at the end of the party, and we were still there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when it sort of finished. So we went a few hours over time, but it was a great day and we had a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to get stuck into the stitching that I have done in the last couple of weeks. So as most of you know, I have had a focus piece for August. It's going to be continuing on to be my focus piece for September as well. So it is Caterpillar's Cross Stitch Hello Pumpkin. I've been putting a few stitches in a day. I haven't been doing it every single day, but I have been trying to get a couple of stitches in here and there. All right, so this is how far I've got. I have managed to, I've started coming over here again and just above the fox. So I've got a few of these little leaves in and filling in. There was one down here that I done as well. There was a couple over here that I still needed to do, and I'm starting to go up around. So not much progress, but still progress is progress. And I finished off this leaf just here as well. So yeah, it's all happening, and it's getting there, but it's getting there very, 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 very slowly. All right, so the next one that I worked on, and this one I generally work on a Monday, because I used to do a live stitch with me, and this was the piece that I used. So it is the Halloween Quaker, excuse me, by Leela Studios. And I have got a lot more done since the last time I showed you. So last time I was here, I had just started coming down into this motif. Well, I finished that motif off. We've got all the little jack-o'-lanterns in there. And now I'm going to be going down the page a little bit further to the next motif. And someone asked me how it was going overall. So I've almost done all the first 3 pages. So that's what I've got done so far. But as I've said, I had a little bit of a boo-boo here. So I'm just going down the page, the edge of the page, and then I'm going to go along and then come back and fill in until I get to here. And then I'll make that decision whether I'm going to pull that out or not, because there's a bit of a boo-boo, excuse me, on the cat. But I'm thinking that I might be able to fudge it without having to unpick all those stitches. All right, the next one that I worked on was Farmhouse Christmas by Little House Needleworks, Dairy Darling. I didn't get too much done in this. I did get part of the house done, so I was pretty happy with that. But as I said, I'm not really happy with how that snow's turned out. So after going through all of the boxes and everything, I found some of the threads that I've got. Now these are a Cosmo thread, and I believe they're used for embroidery. I don't believe they're used for cross stitch or anything like that. But I'm thinking that I've got a whole myriad of colours here, and I'm not sure that's going to show up with the sparkle or not. Might be there. I think you can just make out that sparkle through. That's a grey that I've got there, or greyish white. But I've also got some that look a little bit iridescent as well, and the camera isn't really picking them up. And I've got a white one here that is very iridescent. So I'm thinking that I'm going to, through the white stitches, I'm going to, on the top cross, I'm going to put some of this. Now, it's not super thick, so it's not going to make it bulky or anything like that, but I think it'll just give that little bit of sparkle to the snow, because as you can see on this fabric, it's just not showing up. And the borders are this colour as well. So I think with that on there, on top of it, it will just make it pop a little bit and give it a little bit of sparkle. But it's a little bit like the opalescence that you get on the fabric. So I'm hoping that that will work. Alternatively, I do have this one here, which is quite sparkly. The light should catch that. I could probably put that on there as well. So it's a little, again, this is a Cosmo one as well that's used for embroidery. I haven't used it for cross stitch, but I guess I'm going to find out very soon. All right, the next one that I worked on, and that's on Rustico. That's an 18 count Rustico that's on, and I probably should have tea dyed it. And I'm thinking I pulled out the fabric last night, and I think before I proceed any further with any of these, I'm actually going to coffee tea dye it, and then that way it'll be a little bit darker and that white will stand out. So that's sort of where I'm at. And I'm also contemplating actually putting it into like a pillow for Christmas as well. So the next one that I worked on was the Prairie Schooler Where There Are Bees. That's the chart there. This one hasn't got much love since I got it. It is one of my favorite charts, but for some reason I just don't seem to touch it very often. But I used the wheel and it spun up, and I got a fair chunk in. So last time that you've seen it, I had just started doing this border here, and I just started going up on that flower. Well, I got all of that done the other day. I was pretty happy with that, and now that motif is complete. So I hadn't done all of the inside of this border, so I'd finished all that, And then I've done all of the flower and the stems that were going over as well. So I got a fair bit done on that. I'm pretty happy with it. The next bit that I'm going to be doing are the wings down here. And then I'll move the hoop and move over to the next little motif that fits in here, which I believe is the bear holding the beehive. So I'm looking forward to stitching him. He looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. So it's coming along. We don't have much to go. Who am I kidding? I've got heaps. All right. So the next one that I worked on, that's on 16 count Ada, that one. I just, I had a little bit of 16 count there, and I just thought I'd use that. The next one I'm working on is the blue flower night walk down. This is my birthday sale. So the hashtag is DDs sale 2020. That's flashing across the screen now. And if you're stitching it, come and join me. And if you're stitching anything from the blue flower, you can always hashtag it so I can see that as well. All right, so that is that one. And this is how much I've done. So I stitched on this on my birthday because, as I said, it is my birthday sale. Last time you seen it, I think I had some of this border done and some of that border done. So I've continued on. I've come a little bit further down. I think I only had 4. I've done another 2 diamonds on there. And I'm continuing across here. So, and then I come down, I've done the little star, and I started doing the flower. So that top border is actually supposed to be the same shape as this one, but it has 2 colors in it. So I'm doing a little bit of a design tweak, and I'm not putting that second color in there. I'm actually going to leave that top border like that, and the bottom border will be like that as well. And the 2 side ones will be like this. So basically I'm turning this into like a bolster cushion when it's finished for my bedroom. So I think that will look, and I like the style of this border, how it is. So I'm pretty happy with that. It is stitched on 32 count. Yep, 32 count even weave, and it's called Cloud Lilac. So it's got like a purple hue to it. All right. And if you can hear that voice behind me, like that loud voice behind me, I do apologise. The school's very close and they've got a sports carnival on at the moment. All right, the next one that I worked on, and I worked on this on a Sunday during our Zoom meeting, which is Plum Street Cinnamon Stars. Now, I haven't worked on this for such a long time, and I really don't know why I haven't, because I really do love it. Anyway, I've started stitching on it again, so it's hopefully it'll spin up a couple of times, and I'll get some more stitching into it. So last time I showed this, I had just started the house, so I had done the roof and I had done part of the brickwork here. So on Sunday, I actually finished all this part of the house, and I started doing the center part. So I didn't get a lot on because there was a lot more talking than stitching going on, but I did get some stitches in. So it's starting to look like a house, not just like a camouflage type thing. So I've got a little bit of filling in to do over here, and keep going with that. But I'm hoping that it'll pop up a little bit more in the wheel, and I can get some more stitches on it. All right. Then I had my new start. So as you know, I finished all of the Country Cottage Needlework seasonal celebrations, and so I wanted to do another seasonal one that gets me going for a whole year. So basically I picked out the cricket collection, and I started with the winter one, I think because I just finished. Now I started on the snowman, so this is where I started in the center. Unlike me, I normally start up in the corner, but these fabrics are cut really close. So I started on the snowman, and as you can see, the white, you can't really see the white, but once the letters go back behind it, I should be right. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of sparkle through the snowman, just wherever there's snow, just to give a little bit of a sparkle to it. So I'm pretty happy with that progress. I'll probably put a few more stitches in that this week as well, so because it's been sitting out and I've been eyeing it off. So that, I'm just going to move over to there. That is pretty much all of what I've worked on this fortnight, because yeah, I wasn't well there for a week with laryngitis, and I didn't really feel much like stitching, but I still got a fair few stitches in, so I was pretty happy with that. The next thing that we're going to move on to is haul. So I did do a little bit of shopping. All right, so I'm just going to grab that. All right, so the first one is my monthly Hook Run Hollow chart that comes from Journey of a Stitcher, and she gave me a little bit of extra stuff in there, a little bit of floss, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's the spring one. I think I've only got autumn left to go, and during the week I asked the question over in the Facebook group Friends of Hook Run Hollow if there was actually going to be a summer and a winter one. They didn't know, so Carolyn asked Carriage House Samplings, and they come back with that, and they said that they've got something in the pipeline. We're not 100% sure what it is yet, but it is going to be a Hawk Run Hollow one. And they did say that they had a lot of a winter and summer, like winter ones in the Christmas and summer ones in the I think it was the year. No, it wasn't the year. What was it? Farms, that's right, or something along those lines. There was a lot of summer ones. But I was curious to know because as some of you may know, I am working on doing all of the charts, and I'm going to turn it into a massive wall quilt. Now, Tia came in and went straight in and looked at that wall, and she's like, that is so going to be perfect up there. I am stitching it on 28 count so that it's a little bit bigger than, you know, if I stitched it on 36 count or 40 count. But I wanted to be able to enjoy it. There's a lot of charts, there's a lot of stitches. So at the moment I have 2 on the go, and in Halloween, in the month of October on the 31st of October, we are starting the Halloween of Hawk Run. That will be myself, Gail Phillips, I think Tia from Creations is doing it, Nadine from Nad's Cross Stitch, Morgana, Stitchy Moon, Leanne is doing it as well, and there was a couple other people, and I'm sorry if I've missed your name, but I'm trying to remember them all. But yeah, there's a few of us that are actually going to be starting that. The hashtag will flash across the screen now for you, and it is Halloween H. Is it? What is it? Halloween Hawk Run Hollow, yeah. So Halloween HRH is the or HRH Halloween. Anyway, it'll come across the bottom. I'll have to get all these hashtags in order, and I believe it's underneath I've already got it underneath the videos that you've been looking at. So that's come in, and it's super exciting that there's probably going to be more charts, and that I'm so looking forward to it, because I'm actually going to, instead of having this and the autumn chart in a full line, I'm actually going to have them lengthways, so these will go across the top and the bottom, the words are escaping me today, of the quilt, with the rest of the charts in the center. So the layout I'm sort of starting to play around with. I'm starting to look at fabrics and all that sort of stuff that is going to go with them. I'm pretty excited, actually. Like, it's a big project, but I'm super excited that I've got something to do over the course of 10 years. I don't have to rush it. I just need to get some stitches into each of those charts and all the rest of it. I'm sort of hoping that I can get, you know, one chart done a year. So the Shores of Hawk Run Hollow done in a year, the, you know, Halloween done in a year. And that'll take me over, there's 10 charts now, that'll take me over the 10 years. If the other two eventuate and they are a summer and a winter, then I'll be happy to extend it for a couple more years. But depending when they come out, I might be able, and how big they are, I might be able to squeeze them in. All right, the next ones that I purchased, Doreen Jones had a 50% sale on her Etsy store, so off I toddled to get some charts, because I need more charts, like I need a hole in the head. But I got When Witches Ride. So it's when witches go riding and the black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. So that's it there. I thought it was super cute. Absolutely love it. That'll go nicely in my Halloween room. I've already picked my fabric out. I'm doing it on that dark blue, antique blue, it's called. And it is a 32 count. No, 28 count, sorry. That one is. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I can't wait to start that, and I'll talk a little bit more about Halloween stitching in just a moment. And then I got this one, Haunting Night. This one I'm doing on 14 count, coffee tea dyed. I've already done it. And it is Ghosts and Goblins, Spooks Galore, Scary Witches at Your Door, Jack-o'-lanterns shining bright, wishing you a haunting night. And I just thought that was very cute as well, so I got that. And then these ones, I thought these were absolutely fabulous as soon as I seen them. And this is sort of what I seen it in her group. I think I seen it, and we were talking about it on Friday night. And then we found out that there was a 50% sale, so we did some shopping as well. So these are Halloween silhouettes. So there's an owl, a little witch, a house, and a cat. And they're only 50 by 50. And I've also picked out some fabrics for those. Just some different browns and ochres, and so those are those ones. And the next one that I got is for fabric. So last time I was here, I was talking about the Blue Flower Huckleberry Farm that I'm going to start, and I'm going to do that for September. I'm starting it this Friday because I was waiting for my fabric to arrive. It arrived yesterday, so I was pretty excited about that. And now I've just got to do a floss toss because I'm just going to pick sort of my own colours, I think, and have a bit of a play around with the colours and whatnot. So yeah, so it's Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower that I'm doing. I'm doing that for sampler September, and I got this one. It is, and I liked it so much when I seen it that I actually got a meter, almost a meter by a meter, 32 count. It's called Silver Ash. It's still in the bag, but it's a grey mottled, and I think you might be just picking that up. So I will end up getting the floss out, cutting the fabric that is required for the chart, and I'll be starting that this week. So I'm pretty excited. So you'll get to see the progress on that next week. All right, so that is all of my haul. I do have some more fabric and stuff coming for my sale that I've got going in October. So you would have heard me mention in the last couple of videos that I've been talking about Halloween sale. So basically what I'm doing is and you can see the graphic just here now. It's called DDs Spooktober, and basically what is happening, well, what I'm doing is I'm having a new Halloween start, hence the Halloween, some of the Halloween charts that you just seen. So I'm doing a new start every day with one whip in there. So I haven't started any of my Halloween projects. The ones that I had started last year have been finished and they've been put away. So this one was one of them. Okay, that was finished earlier on. But this coming October, starting on the 1st, I'm actually going to be doing a new start every day. So basically, I've picked out all of my charts and everything like that. And a little bit closer to the date, I will do like a plans parade, I guess you would call it. So last night I didn't do any stitching last night. I sat down, I pulled out all the Halloween charts that I've been purchasing here and there and collecting along the way, and ones out of magazines and all that sort of stuff. So I got all of them out. I sat down with my calculator, I worked out what fabric I needed and all of the stuff. Basically, I got my fabric out and I started putting bits and pieces in. So that's why some of these have fabric in them already. But I've got a few more a couple of other pieces of fabric coming that I think might work better for other ones, but they do have a choice in there. So basically, as I said, I'm going to be doing a new start every day. I have 31 charts except for one day. So when I spin the wheel, I've got them all in a wheel. When I spin the wheel, whenever something comes up, I'll remove that from the wheel, stitch on that for that day, put 2, 4, maybe 5 hours in, depending how busy I am, and basically make a really good nudge at it. And then I have one whip in there, which is my Halloween Quaker, because I'm not going to have that finished in the next month. I know that. So it's going into there. So when it spins up, I can work on it as well. Excuse me. And then on the 31st, as I said, we are starting the hawk run. So that will be the only day that I won't be spinning the wheel because I know what I'm working on. and I don't have that in the wheel because I know I'm starting it on that day. Everything else is in the wheel. So basically, I'm putting the invitation out to everybody that likes to stitch Halloween. Come on over to Darvanalee Designs on Instagram. You'll see a post there already today with the details. We're starting on the 1st. And basically, as I said, you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm not asking anybody to do that. But come over, stitch anything Halloween. Use the hashtag DD Spooktober, sorry. And we can all see what we're working on, and maybe you might be able to enable me to purchase some more stuff, because like I've got a whole room that I want to cover with Halloween in the house. And it's also on the 31st of October is my granddaughter's birthday, and she'll be turning 5. So, and she loves Halloween stuff. Like, and we've never really said anything about, you know, you're born on Halloween or anything like that. But she absolutely loves it. She loves the idea of going trick-or-treating and stuff like that. And I have never done that with my kids. So I'm guessing I'm going to have 2 teenagers tagging along with me when she goes trick-or-treating. And I dare say they're probably going to trick-or-treat as well. And it's not a big thing here in Australia, but a couple of places around our town that the whole street is just set up for it. And basically, yeah, the kids can go there, and there's another Facebook group that puts out a thing like a printout, so you can put it on your letterbox if you're not wanting trick-or-treaters to come to your door. We don't have whole neighborhoods decorated or anything like that, although with more and more of the younger generation wanting to do that, it's starting to come into play. But it's not something that we do here. But I do like to stitch things that have witches on it and moons on it and black cats and stuff like that. So that's why I'm stitching all the things Halloween apparently this year. All right, so that is, and the hashtag is across the bottom, and you'll see our graphic. As I said, the graphic is up here in the corner. Keep an eye out for that on Instagram and Facebook, and then that way you can come over and join in. If you're wondering what my Instagram, it is at Darvanalee Designs Studio. You can come on over and follow me, and we're going to be doing some live stitch with me's during the month, and also having some giveaways as well. So head over there for that. I'll be doing some gift vouchers and stuff to different places for everybody, and that's open to worldwide. So come on over and join in the fun. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about, as you know, it was my 50th birthday last week. It was very low key. I decided to ride this birthday off because of all the happenings with COVID and not being able to travel and all the rest of it. My soul sister, Mad World Michelle, and I have made plans for not next year, but the year after, to go away for some time on a cruise once all this COVID rubbish is all sorted out and we can move on with our lives. And we're going to go on a cruise together and just party on, because we both turned 50 in the same year. We're 4 months apart. I'm the youngest. She was in April, and she rings me up on my birthday and tells me all about how I'm old and all the rest of it. And she'd been waiting for such a long time, because the 4 months basically dragged on, because she had her birthday and then that was pretty much it. She was in lockdown in New South Wales for her birthday. So yeah, 2 weeks into lockdown or something. So it was very, very low key. But I was so surprised the other day when the mailman came. I actually got a birthday present, and I was just blown away. So I'm going to say a big thank you to Gail Phillips. If you haven't watched her FlossTube, head on over. It's of the same name, Gail Phillips. She has amazing work. You will love watching her. And I know that some of her subscribers have come over to the channel of late. So Gail has sent me a lovely, lovely stitchy birthday present, and I was just gobsmacked. So the first one is, which is already got tags on it, is the Just Cross Stitch magazine Halloween special. So there's 58 spooky designs in that, and I've picked a couple that I'm actually going to be stitching this October. So that was really nice. I sat down with a cuppa and I went through and perused all of the ones that I wanted to do, and I will show you the one of them that I'm going to do. I just have to cover up the chart. Is that going to cover it all? No. What have I got here? I will use this. That will cover it. That's big enough. So if you can see that, that is one of them that I'm going to do. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. So it's Quaker pumpkin. So yeah, and it's so simple, but I love it. Absolutely love it. So that is one of the ones. The rest I will show you when I do the walkthrough. So thank you, Gail. It's come in very handy. I've got 4 designs out of that, and that made up my 31. So I was pretty happy with that. All right, the next one is a white work embroidery kit. And as some of you know, I do like to do a bit of embroidery. I generally do it on a Friday night. Sometimes I don't. Lately, I've been doing a bit of cross stitch. But this one here is absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's just going to go perfectly on my bed. I'm going to turn it into a little cushion. So that's it there. It's got some specialty stitches and stuff in it. So there's stuff in there that I've never done before. So it's going to be exciting to learn that. I just love the chest of him. It's absolutely gorgeous. Comes with all the floss and the booklet on how to do it. And I think that is going to go really well with... I'm going to turn it into a little pillow because look at the flowers on that one. And then look at the flowers on that one. So they are going to go well together on my bed. I just absolutely love it. It's just gorgeous. So thank you, Gail. That was such a lovely surprise. I was so blown away by that. So unexpected. I didn't expect it at all. And it was just absolutely like, thank you on that. And she sent a little postcard with all the crystals and stuff on it as well, which I absolutely love. That'll go into my crystal Bible as a bookmark. I'll end up using that. So it's going to get some use as well. So super cute. All right, so thank you so much for that, Gail. I really do appreciate it. It's just absolutely lovely. And Savannah came out and was eyeing it off, so I'm going to have to hide it. She just comes out and eyes all my stuff off. I get a little bit afraid sometimes that she's going to come and take my stuff. The next one that I got, which was another birthday present, and this was delivered in person to me from Tia, and I was absolutely blown away by this because I absolutely fell in love with this finish, and I'd seen it on her floss tube and all the rest of it. So I was really happy, like absolutely happy with it, like just blown away that she gave it to me. The first thing I want to show you is this gorgeous card that she made. How beautiful is that? And it's like it's got little beads in the mason jar. So that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually going to frame this, and this will get put on display with all my autumn and harvest display that I'm going to do. But she made that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love it. And inside is done like that. So she's a very, very talented lady. I'm telling you now, you won't be disappointed if you send your stuff to her. But this is what blew me away the most. So if you've been over to her floss tube and you've seen this, it's a little box. And she gave that to me. I was wrapped. I'm like, oh my God, are you sure? Like, because I know that she was super proud of it. But that is so cute. So that's the smalls from the Prairie Schooler Where There Are Bees. And I did one and sent it off to a friend in Canada. And I said, oh, I've got to do another one. And I said to her, have you got another one of those boxes so I can do, like, get it finished like that? It didn't have to be in the same colorway. But, yeah, so I was going to stitch it. But no, I don't have to because she gave it to me. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And the next thing that she got me, made me as well. And, like, I know, it seems a little bit crazy, like, but I don't get handmade stuff. I make my own handmade stuff. It's very rare that someone sends me a handmade item or makes something for me. Like, and I suppose most crafters are the same. If you don't have a lot of crafty friends, you're not going to get handmade stuff. So it's very exciting when you get something handmade. And she made me this as well. It's a little zipper pull, and it has an acorn on the bottom because my favorite thing of all time is acorns. So I'm going to find a nice bag that probably either has squirrels on it or something with autumn on it to go with it. But yeah, I've got that now to put on as a zipper pull. And she made that. So all she's done is done with some cording macrame, added a bead in, and then added a little charm on the end. So super, super cute. So thank you, Tia, very much for that. I really do appreciate the gifts. And thank you, Gail, as well. I really do appreciate Like, I wasn't expecting it. As I said, I just rode this year off, even though it was a huge milestone birthday and all the rest of it. The story of my life is milestone birthdays. I should have known that 2020 was going to be pretty crappy, because as far as celebrating stuff or limited. I've either been pregnant. I was pregnant for my 21st. My 30th, I was moving house, so I didn't get to celebrate that. My 40th, I was out in the middle of nowhere and my husband was away. My 16th, I had just left home. That was a bit of a party. My 18th, I was moving again. So like, I've never actually celebrated a milestone birthday, and Michelle's pretty much the same as well. I think her 18th was her biggest one. So basically, we just decided that we were going to move it as far away from our milestone birthday as possible, and then go on a cruise together and just cause havoc, basically. But I was so chuffed with those presents. Thank you very much, ladies. I really do appreciate it. All right, so this is probably what you've all been waiting for, and you've hung into the bottom of the video, or the back end of the video. We are up to the giveaway. So August giveaway was a project bag kit. So you get the project bag, which is 15 inches by 10 inches, an 8-inch grime guard, and a 6-inch thread bed. So all you had to do was leave the code word for that, and that was happy anniversary. I have subsequently gone through the videos and got everybody's name, and we had 74 entries, believe. So I'm going to cut to the video now of who the winner is. Okay, so I've been over to all the videos where I've asked you to put the code word in. The code word was happy anniversary. So I've pulled out all those names and written them all down. I had 74 entries all up. I've got the names in front of me. I have inputted those names into the computer. I've got just a picker wheel that I got off the internet, and I've got everybody's name in there. And if you answered the question, if you entered the code word twice, then you got a couple of entries in there as well. So over the month, I ended up having 74 entries, so that was a good go at it. And so I'm going to flip the camera around now, and we are going to spin the wheel. All right, so you can see everybody's name is put into the wheel. There's quite a few in there. As I said, if you commented on both videos, then you got 2 entries in. So that's super exciting for some of you that did that. So now what I'm going to do is just find my mouse, and we're going to spin the wheel. Oh, it's slowing down. Congratulations, Joe. You're the winner for the August draw. So congratulations, Joe. This is going out to you in the mail. Thank you so much to everybody that commented and wished me a happy anniversary and congratulated me on the 10,000 and all the rest of it. But the code word was happy anniversary, and Joe was the lucky winner. And Joe also commented on both my videos during August, so she got 2 entries in. So thank you again so much for all the comments and all the kind words and telling me where you were watching from and everything like that. I really do appreciate it. But we do have a September giveaway. Again, this will run for the month of September. Okay, so however many FlossTube videos I get up, sometimes I get 4 up, sometimes I only get 2. So as I said, I would have got 3 up last month, but I had laryngitis, so that didn't happen. So this month we have a new product line that we launched a couple of weeks ago now. It is the travel project bag. Okay, so it's a little travel pouch. It's got a zipper part in the bottom, and it's got a part where you can slip your chart in there. You can put your scissors and your floss and everything down there as well. You can use it as a notions pouch or a purse travel cross stitch. So it fits quite a bit in there. If you head over to if you head over to DD's D-Stash and Sales Group, you will see an album there for these, and you can see how much fits in there. But this month we're giving away one to a lucky viewer, and we've also got one of our needle minders in there, a butterfly, and I'm sending you a couple of flosses. So these are Cosmo Floss, okay, in black and white. Now, I really, really, really like using Cosmo White instead of DMC. So that's why I'm sharing that with you. And you can have a go at it and tell me what you think. So it's very bright white, so it does stand out, and the black is awesome as well. So I thought I'd send you my two favorite substitutes for DMC. So all you need to do is have a code word, and the code word is spring. So basically tell me what you like about spring, and make sure that you mention the word spring in your explanation. I will go through all the comments throughout the month, and I will write your name down, and I will draw it just like I did for Joe's project bag, and that way you will know who you are, and make sure that you come back often and comment something to do with spring underneath the video. Now this month we will probably have several different code words, so keep an eye out for that. The last month was a big month for birthdays and anniversaries and all that sort of stuff, so that's why we just stuck with the anniversary. But this week was the start of spring here, so this week's code word is spring, and you can see that along the bottom of the screen now. As I said, make sure you leave the word spring down there, because that way you can be in the running for this little cute little project bag. Now it measures about approximately 8 inches by 6 inches, but when it's open, it opens up to about 16 inches. So yeah, it's a decent sized bag, and it's got a little zipper thing, a zipper part as well, so your stuff doesn't fall out. All right, well, that is about it for me. Join me again next week for another floss tube. I will be back to filming tutorials next week as well. I just need to give my voice a little bit more rest. It's still a little bit scratchy and it's still a little bit sore, so I'm just trying to take it easy so I don't end up with no voice for a couple of weeks. So yeah, so keep an eye out for our tutorial, keep an eye out for our next floss tube. I'm also going to be recording the review that I was supposed to do last week as well in the coming week, so keep an eye out for that floss tube extra as well. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Give us a thumbs up down below. Leave the comment with the code word so you can enter our competition. And until next time, happy stitching everybody. Bye for now.